Milwall, a point away from home with the amount of changes that we had, is a class point. I'm getting frustrated at how we're throwing away points. Alright everybody, welcome back to another match preview on the channel. This one is for Tuesday night's game at the Stadium of Light. It's Sunderland versus West Brom. Now, before we get on with the rest of the video though, smash the thumbs up on this one and subscribe, it costs you nought. Also, the shirt giveaway, loads of you did predict 1-1. Loads of you predicted it. But no one said Connolly would score first. One person did, but the comment was edited. You know mine and Steve's rule, if your comment's been edited, it can't get entered. We didn't want to be accused of cheating. So that means this shirt is still up for grabs. Comment below your score prediction and who you think's going to score first. Right, then before we talk about West Brom, I want to talk about the Milwall game. Now, on my live stream at the end and also on the video that I've done, it was a bit heated. Heat of the moment, it just happened. And the reason being, I'm getting frustrated at how we are throwing away points. We are. If we didn't throw points away, we'd probably be 10 points clear by now. Now, I know our team is at the moment running away with the league. Leeds tonight won in a 4-3 game, which was a class game. And they've gone top. We've got West Brom and Sheffield United coming up to massive games. Now, we want to be getting points from both of them games if we want to keep near the top of the league. But getting back onto my point of how I'm getting frustrated the way we're throwing away points. In the first game against Milwall, and even the Milwall manager said, Harris, that the first half, it was all Sunderland. Which it was. There was only one team in this game. And for the life of us, when we came out the second half, I just couldn't understand what I was saying. I really couldn't. Now, it happened against Coventry as well. When we got 2 goals in front at half time, I was buzzing. I thought, Jesus, we're going to score 5 or 6 here. And we're going to go on to win this game quite comfortably. But no, we sat off straight away, invited pressure. They got 1 goal. We sat off even deeper, bringing on a defender for a midfielder in Ballard. And we sat even deeper, and they got the equaliser. Now, similar happened against Milwall. Yes, Milwall, a point away from home, with the amount of changes that we had, is a class point against the in-form Milwall team. I'm not saying that. It really is a good point. But it's the way the game panned out. We were the better team. Even with all them changes, and it looked like there was only one team in the game. And I thought, we're going to get the win here. But you see what happened in the second half. And the substitutes, Reggie only made 1. Yes, I do understand that the bench was very thin. Now, you had El Shisha, you had Bar on the bench. But I'll say what they on the day what they are capable of. But we ran the risk of putting Alexic on, not really seeing him at all in a Sunderland shirt, and we just took the gamble to see what he was about. Which you've got to how else are you gonna see what the lad's about? And to be honest, I wanted him to start. I wanted him to come in and get minutes and get game time. You all seen his chance. What led to their goal? He got in on goal with, actually it was a beautiful ball over the top by Isidore. And he got goal side, 1-on-1. And I don't know if he went to get it under the keeper, but he went straight at the keeper and it was a comfortable save. From that, they broke. I'm not putting that down to Alexic, because the man marking and the defending and the decision making after that was just terrible. Now, there was a few midfielders and defenders watching the ball and not watching the runner and not going with him. Luke O'Nien got caught. Ball came across. And because the defence come across the cover, there was 2 Millwall players waiting to tap it in. And, you know, it's our luck. 93rd minute, they got the goal. But that's what I'm saying. I'm getting frustrated because we're throwing away points. We're not playing for the full 90. It seems as if we're just putting in 45 minutes and not doing it over the full 90. Now, this could be just bad form. A lot of players out. Listen, them 5 players would start. Them 5 players would probably start. Maybe the odd one might not. But them 5 players would start. So to still get a point, I can understand where some fans are coming from. But I'm getting a little bit frustrated now because we've seen it against Coventry. We've seen it against Milwall. Against Preston, we were very lucky. We were shocking on that day. I went down there and we were shocking. So we were lucky to come away with a point in that in the ending there. And against QPR, I know some will say it could be down to the red card, which I probably still agree with that because we did look the better team in that game. But I just wish we didn't sit on a 1-0 lead and try and sew off like we did when it comes to playing West Brom. If we take the lead on Tuesday, try and get the 2nd and 3rd. We need to start, you know, not just sitting off, going for teams, putting teams to bed. But Connolly's goal, I'm out with the moon for Connolly to get off the mark. What a goal it was. He won the free kick. In the beginning, he won that free kick against Milwall. And that's what I like about Connolly. And I think our game changed a little bit when he went off. Because when he gets the ball pumped up to him, he's really clever at drawing the foul in. He waits to feel contact and he'll go down. And that's what he done. He won the free kick. It was ball floated in, headed towards goal. Clearance came out. And there was Connolly right outside the box. And he caught it on the volley. And, I think it went under a few players' legs as well. And it was a decent goal, and I'm glad he's off the mark, especially after what he done for that Sunderland fan, who he did meet, and he did get a signed shirt to him. So hats off to Connolly. So moving on to West Brom, I believe this game's going to be a very hard game. West Brom are top of the league for form away from home. It's just our luck when we need, a bit of change in form for us ourselves. West Brom are very similar. They've only had one win in 10 games. And in the last 5, they drew 4, won 1. And that was against a struggling Hull City side who's in the relegation zone. Now, the last game against Norwich, they drew 2-2. But it was like a fighting spirit to come back. It was some good attacking football. Well, they haven't been really seeing as of recent. Maybe Carlos' substitute sort of killed the game. Because for 70 minutes, the tempo was there. And then they dropped off after that. Now, Malumbi grafted his arse off. Colin Grant, he got man of the match. He was putting a proper shift, to be honest. And we all know Josh Maja, who's got 10 goals in the Championship up to now. Listen, they're looking to try and bounce and kick on after that decent-ish performance they're putting against Norwich at home. And they want to start winning games again. Just like us. Yes, we're at top of the league, but we need to start winning games, especially at home. Like I was saying, they've only won 1 in 10, 7 draws, 1 win, 2 defeats. And to be brutally honest, they're not scoring very many goals. They've only scored 8 goals in 10 games. Like I was saying earlier about Maji, he's got 10 goals, 1 assist. Colin Grant's got 3 goals, 3 assists. You've got Alex Moat, he's got 3 goals also. You all remember Callum Styles? Yes, the ex-Sunderland player. He plays for West Brom. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on him at the stadium like on Tuesday. That's if he starts. He did start against Norwich though. In the last game we played against these, Ekwa scored the winning goal if you remember, but they did get a man sent off as Santi Thomas. The game before that we beat them 2-1 as well. Dan Neil and Ballard got the goals. But I know John Swift and Jed Wallace, who have been quite good for them in recent years gone by. In the last game, I know they only came on with like 3 minutes to go, but I've seen a few fans giving them stick. Now I always thought them 2 players were really good and first team starters for West Brom. So I wonder what's happened with them this season. Now then, Sunderland. Before I get into score predictions, I'd like to talk about the lineup. The 5 players what went out with injuries and suspension. I think, other than Mienda, who's going to give Reggie a massive headache, Job comes straight back in for me, and also does Hume. If Serkin is able to play with an operation where he had on his wrist, I would bring him back in. Although I wasn't quite impressed with Elise, considering how many months and months he's been out injured. So he did impress us a little bit, but I'd still have Serkin there. That's the thing. Full-backs, we've got to go out in January and get some full-backs for sure. Because if them 2 full-backs get injured or suspended again, we are struggling. No question. Ballard was solid in this game against Milwall, but I prefer Luke O'Nien to play alongside Metham. That's the thing with these injuries. We desperately need to get out and get full-backs when it comes around in January, because suspensions and injury, that is a weak area in our squad, and it was clear to see the other day. And with O'Nien playing out there, I prefer him to be playing centre-half. Now, Patterson, I want to talk about his distribution, because it was shocking against Milwall. His shot stopping was good, but I tell you what, his kicking was horrendous. Kicked it into touch a million times, kicked it to Jensen a million times, and when he did clear it upfield, they were just heading it down to one of their players. We lost possession so many times through his kicking. Now just play it out the back. Honestly, when it comes to the game on Saturday, just play it out the back. Now, the other 2, Mienda for Roberts. Now that's a headache Reggie's gone off. For me, I'd love to see Mienda in. I thought he did outstanding. There was numerous times when the ball, he was down the wing right, he was open, screaming for it, and the pass just wouldn't come. And when it did, it was intercepted too easy. So Andy made some really good runs himself on the ball, drifting inside. I thought he'd done mint. So for me, I wouldn't mind letting him have his spot. Now, I do rate Roberts. I love Roberts, but on Mienda's performance, the way he started the season as well, I would still let him play. And the other one was, who was it? Obviously, Mundell can't play because of his injury, so Watson keeps his spot out there. I thought Watson done all right, grafted his arse off. He's improving game by game by game. And now Connolly, Job walks back into the team, obviously, because we've massively missed him. His physicality in the middle of the park, but I liked Connolly as well. Then you've got Chris Rigg. There's a conundrum to have. So for me, there's a few headaches Reggie's going to have, but Job comes in, Hume comes in, and I wouldn't mind Mienda starting, or Roberts for that matter, but I prefer Mienda because of his performance against Millwall. Now, my score prediction for this game, we need to gun for the jugular. We need to score 2 or 3. We didn't need to be sitting onto a 1-0 because my nerves kind of tattered, put it that way. I'm going to go for Sunderland 2-0 win. Now, I predicted it last game. I was wrong. Hopefully, I get it right this one. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next video.